Childhood drawings are a window into the wildest corners of our imaginations. Most of us remember sitting at the kitchen table, crayons scattered everywhere, sketching out stick figures, lopsided houses, and smiling families holding hands under a bright yellow sun. Maybe you drew your pet, your favorite superhero, or a dream you had the night before. For parents, these pictures are treasured keepsakes, proof of innocence, creativity, and the simple joys of being young. But what if a child's drawing wasn't just a harmless doodle? What if, hidden among the rainbows and happy faces, there was something much darker, something no one wanted to see? Imagine flipping through a stack of your child's artwork and finding a picture that sends a chill down your spine. A picture that hints at secrets too disturbing to ignore. Tonight, we're going to look at 3 true stories where children's drawings became the first clue to something terrifying. These aren't just tales of overactive imaginations or silly childhood fears. They're real accounts that will make you question what's really hiding in the lines and colors of a child's art. Most people never look twice at a child's drawing. These stories will make you wonder if you should. It started with a simple drawing. A little girl named Emily, her family, and a tall, dark figure standing in the corner of her bedroom. At first, her parents thought nothing of it. Kids draw monsters all the time, especially after hearing a scary story or watching a spooky cartoon. But Emily kept drawing the same figure, always lurking near her closet, always with long arms and empty eyes. Each new picture was more detailed, more unsettling, and her parents began to worry. Bedtime became a struggle. Emily refused to sleep with the closet door open, insisting that the man would come out if she did. She started waking up in the middle of the night, screaming that the man was watching her. Her parents tried to comfort her, telling her it was just a bad dream, but the drawings kept coming. They showed the man getting closer, his shadow stretching across the room, his hand reaching for her bed. The family's unease grew. Emily's older brother joked about the closet ghost, but even he stopped laughing when he found one of her drawings taped to his door. The man's face scribbled out in frantic black lines. Their dog began barking at the closet at night, hackles raised, refusing to go near it. The air in Emily's room felt colder, heavier, as if something unseen was lurking just out of sight. One night, Emily's mother decided to prove there was nothing to fear. She opened the closet, shining a flashlight into the shadows. At first, she saw only clothes and boxes, but then she noticed something odd. A small hole in the back wall, just big enough for someone to squeeze through. Her heart pounded as she realized the hole led to a narrow crawlspace that ran behind the walls of their house. The next morning, they called the police. Officers searched the crawlspace and found evidence that someone had been living there. A dirty blanket, empty food wrappers, and a collection of small trinkets, hair ties, pencils, even one of Emily's missing stuffed animals. The family was horrified. The man in Emily's drawings wasn't a figment of her imagination. He was real, and he had been watching her from inside the walls. The police never caught the intruder. The family moved out within weeks, unable to shake the feeling of being watched. Emily stopped drawing the man, but she never slept with the closet door open again. What they found in the closet was more disturbing than anyone could have imagined, and the memory of those drawings still haunts them to this day. Children's drawings are often dismissed as simple expressions of fantasy, but sometimes they reveal truths that words cannot. Psychologists have long noted that kids use art to process their fears, their secrets, and even their trauma. A single crayon sketch can hold more meaning than 1,000 conversations, especially when a child is too young or too scared to explain what's really happening. There are countless stories of children drawing things they shouldn't know about, hidden dangers, family secrets, or events that haven't even happened yet. Sometimes, a drawing is the only warning sign adults ever get, a silent cry for help that goes unnoticed until it's too late. If you thought the first drawing was unsettling, the next one will make you question what your child might be trying to tell you. Sometimes, a drawing is a warning no one understands until it's too late. For weeks, 7-year-old Lucas brought home the same drawing from school. His family's house, engulfed in bright orange flames. At first, his parents thought it was just a phase, maybe inspired by a fire safety lesson or a cartoon. But the drawings kept coming, each one more detailed than the last. The flames grew taller, the smoke thicker, and Lucas always drew himself standing outside, alone, watching the house burn. His parents asked him about it, but Lucas just shrugged and said, "It's what I see when I close my eyes." His teacher grew concerned, too. Lucas was quiet in class, distracted, and sometimes stared out the window for long stretches. When she asked him to draw something else, he refused, insisting that the fire was important. The school counselor suggested it might be a way for Lucas to process anxiety, but no one could explain why he was so fixated on the burning house. One night, Lucas woke his parents, insisting they leave the house immediately. He was shaking, tears streaming down his face, begging them to listen. Reluctantly, they gathered their things and stepped outside. Minutes later, the smell of smoke filled the air. Flames erupted from the garage, quickly spreading to the rest of the house. The fire department arrived, but the house was already lost. When investigators searched the ruins, they found evidence of faulty wiring in the garage, something no one could have predicted. But the most chilling detail was Lucas's final drawing, found in his backpack. The house on fire, the family standing outside, and a shadowy figure in the window, watching them leave. The details in his drawings matched the real fire in ways that still can't be explained. Think back to the drawings you made as a child, or the ones your own children have brought home. How many times have you smiled at a strange picture, never considering what it might really mean? Sometimes, the most unsettling warnings are hidden in plain sight, disguised as innocent scribbles and wild colors. What if you missed a message, a silent plea for help, or a glimpse of something yet to come? It's easy to dismiss a child's imagination, but these stories remind us that sometimes there's more truth in a drawing than we want to believe. The next story is the most disturbing of all, because it features a friend no one else could see. The lines between reality and imagination blur, and what starts as a harmless sketch becomes a doorway to something unexplainable. The next story will make you question what's real, and what's just a child's imagination. Sophie was a cheerful 6-year-old who loved to draw pictures of herself playing in the backyard. But after her family moved into a new house, her drawings changed. She began to include another figure, a tall, faceless companion always standing beside her. At first, her parents thought it was an imaginary friend, a harmless way for Sophie to adjust to her new home. But the figure appeared in every drawing, always looming, always featureless, and always holding Sophie's hand. As weeks passed, Sophie's behavior shifted. She became withdrawn, talking less and spending more time alone in her room. At night, her parents heard her whispering, carrying on long conversations with someone they couldn't see. When they asked about her friend, Sophie would only say, "He's here to keep me safe." The drawings grew darker, the faceless figure growing larger, sometimes blocking out the sun or standing in the doorway of her room. Strange things began happening around the house, doors creaking open on their own, cold drafts in the middle of summer, and objects moving from one place to another. Sophie's parents grew uneasy, especially after finding a drawing taped to their bedroom door. Sophie, her family, and the faceless friend standing in the center, arms outstretched as if protecting them all. One night, Sophie woke up screaming, insisting her friend was angry. The next morning, the family found every drawing of the faceless figure torn to shreds, except for one. In that last picture, the figure was gone, and Sophie stood alone, smiling for the first time in weeks. To this day, no one knows who or what the faceless friend really was. Children's drawings are more than just colorful memories. They can be windows into fears, secrets, and mysteries that words can't express. The stories you've heard tonight are reminders that innocence and darkness sometimes share the same page. A shadow in the closet, a house in flames, a friend no one else can see. Each began as a simple drawing, but each revealed something far more disturbing beneath the surface. It's easy to overlook a child's art, to hang it on the fridge and never look twice. But what if those lines and colors are trying to tell us something? How many children are reaching out through their drawings, hoping someone will notice before it's too late. The next time you see a picture that makes you uneasy, remember these stories. Sometimes the most chilling truths are hidden in plain sight. There are even more disturbing stories out there, some too unsettling to share. Will you ever look at a child's drawing the same way again?